Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and welcome to my Ladder of Honor guide. Before we start looking into different topics, go and check out my Discord to ask anything you want if you have any questions. Link of the Discord in the description below. Oh, and like and subscribe while you are there, so you don't need to go there 2 times. But now to continue with the guide, here are the topics we are going to be touching about today. What is Ladder of Honor? Ranks, rewards, matching, is it worth for free-to-play players, tips and tricks, and team compositions for global and SEA. Now, let's start first with the what is Ladder of Honor. Ladder of Honor is a cross-server 5v5 PvP event. First to reach 12 points wins, and to get points in this mode you need to defeat enemies. Each defeated enemy gives your team 1 point, but each time your allies get defeated, they give 1 point to the enemy. The event happens every Saturday and Sunday in the time I have listed on the screen right now. But now let's talk about squads. In one team you can have 7 players, but only 5 of them can play. So it's basically like in sports, you have a starting team and then you have players on the bench. In this case you have 5 starting players in the team and we have 2 on the bench. Also, you can invite any players from your server to play on your squad. Now the ranks. There are a couple of ranks starting from Silver VIP to the best team. To reach each division you need to reach a certain amount of points in your squad. Points gained is still unknown and untested, since we don't know what the points gained is based on, and we do know that it's based on different divisions, but we still don't know yet. Rewards. Each time you rank up you will get a reward corresponding to the division you have reached, but at the first of every month you will get a seasonal reward for the highest division you have reached. Also, rewards are different for each season, sometimes better and sometimes worse depending on the season. Now, how does matchmaking work? Well, the devs confirm that matchmaking is basically dependent on similar divisions, except if there are no teams matching at the same time. However, this feature seems like it's not working too well as of right now. Another feature that is not working correctly is a different arena feature. Basically, this season should have been like this. Servers from server 1 to server 20 should have matched against each other, and then servers from S21 and above should have matched against each other. But even on the first day this is broken, so this feature is not doing what it should. Let's talk about now, is it worth to do it as a free-to-play? Yes, it totally is, although don't get mad if you lose a lot, because yes, you will. However, the rewards are too good to miss out on, and right now if you're a pay-to-win player and you're watching this video, make sure you help some free-to-players out, because it does help a lot. The rewards are too great. For example, I'm in a team with 4 dolphins, aka spenders, and then I play as a soul dancer and basically do almost the same thing that a pay-to-win soul dancer would do, except you know the damage part. Yeah, I won't do as much damage as them. But still, even free-to-play players can be useful, although for now, only free-to-play assassin and soul dancers are good, other classes are kinda meh. Also, if you're confused why I said assassins are okay, well, you will see in the Monday's video, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Next up is the tips and tricks section. First tip is leave the cooldown reduction buffs for your soul dancers, and even if they are free to play. Yes, the buffs, the cooldown reduction buffs help soul dancers the most, and they can basically spam the Mimir Spring buff together with the Time Lock and Azure Spring, even if that's okay. If the battle is close, like 10 to 10 in points, you see you're really low, don't continue to fight and just run so you won't give away free points. Yes, this is more worth it than giving away your life for nothing. Next up, don't waste your CC abilities when fighting against Soul Dancers and Blade Masters, since they can use Oberon and Light Beacon, both of which remove crowd control of all of their allies that are nearby. The same goes if you're a Blade Master especially. Don't just waste Oberon at the start, you want to save your teammates from fears and stuns too. Now, one reason why assassins are good is they can use Royal Fire plus Void combo, basically the EX combo, which will lower the enemy damage dealt, increase the damage dealt to them for 8 seconds. This buff becomes stronger once the assassin reaches 98 and has Whispers of the Ancient God equipped in his Ring Draconic slot. At that point, the assassins will lower 10% damage dealt by enemies, lower both of their defenses by 20%, and increase damage taken from them and from all of your allies by 20%. This basically means you can play as a support assassin and you will have a huge impact in the game. However, until then, assassin won't be too powerful at all. Now let's talk about team compositions. I'm not too experienced, so I will invite you all to join my Discord so we can have a further discussion about this topic. But here are my ideas. Team comps for the global version. Team comp 1. 1 Soul Dancer, 2 Reapers, 1 Blade Master, and 2 Fighters. The reasoning is that fighters and soul dancers can act like buff players in your team from buffing all kinds of stats for all 5 allies. And then you have a front line which is Blade Master with 2 damage dealers, aka the Reapers. Team Comp 2. 1 Soul Dancer, 1 Assassin, 2 Reaper, 1 Blade Master. Again, it's pretty simple, but this comp will work wonders once the Assassin hits level 98 and has Whispers of the Ancient God on the ring slot. However, the reasons I have listed down in the tips and tricks section. But again, Soul Dancers are buffers that have a lot of CC, while Assassins are debuffers, which will increase the damage dealt to our enemies. And then you have 2 Reapers that will do a lot of damage, and then 1 Blade Master for, that extra tankiness and CC immunity. Team Comp 3. 1 Soul Dancer, 3 Reapers, and 1 Blade Master. This is basically a full damage comp, and with this buff from Mimir Spring of Soul Dancers, the 3 Reapers won't need to worry about their energy depleting at all, so they can spam all their cat from abilities. The Blade Master is there to be the tank of the team and most importantly, save the Reapers from CC with Oberon if they make a mistake. Team comps for SEA. Team Comp 1. Soul Dancer, 2 Gunslingers, and 2 Blade Masters. SEA still doesn't have Fighter, so I will make only one team comp with Fighter for when it comes out on July 15th. This is basically a balanced team, but instead of Reapers for damage, we have Gunslingers. However, keep in mind, Gunslingers deal a lot of damage to one target, so make sure most of the team focuses on the same target. Also, the reason for 2 Blade Masters is because they are tanky, but also Gunslingers don't have much super armor, so having 2 Blade Masters can have them safe from very sticky situations. Team Comp 2. 1 Soul Dancer and 4 Blade Masters. This team comp is mostly ran by whales and big spenders. They have really high cooldown reduction and the Blade Masters can just go ham. Basically, enemies will defeat themselves from attacking the void buff Blade Masters, and the Soul Dancer is there for the buffs and debuffs on enemies, making this one of the most powerful team comps until Reaper gets released. And now lastly, Team Comp 3, 1 Soul Dancer, 1 Fighter, 1 Gunslinger and 2 Blade Masters. Now with the Fighter you will have even better buffs with Unikatsu, the EX ability from Fighter, and also a lot of damage, and depending on if the Fighter will be bugged on SEA, like it is on global, the outcome will be different. But to keep it short, Fighter will do a lot of damage, and even though it does not look like Fighters have a lot of AoE, but they do, and they have way more than Gunslingers do. So yeah, that is it about this video. Hope you liked it and join the Discord, subscribe and leave a like, if you have not already of course. Also, get the bell going, since on Monday you will see that Assassin class is not as bad as most people think, and it can have some other uses except being good in dungeons. And that's about it. Bye bye and see you next time. Town to town, from London to Taiwan.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.